That's fun. Maybe Jeff can edit that part out. But anyways, my name is Philip, and today we'll go through a 45-minute Yin Yang class. So we'll go through a few standing postures, then we'll do some nice relaxing postures on the ground. When you're ready, yeah, let's stand up. Have your and the knees, and make sure that your kneecaps are going straight forwards, in line with your second toes. Then once they are, see if you can inhabit that pattern. Your heels grounding to the toes, your knees over your heels, hips over your heels, shoulders, ears, too. Lengthen down through the fingers and stand up tall through the top of the head. Let's just hang out here for a few breaths, breathing in through the nose. Imagine breathing into like around the second rib and into the low back. Feeling your lungs like pushing away from you. The exhale, you should feel everything moving in. Taking a few more nice breaths standing like that. Breathing into the front, the back. You should feel your belly button pushing a little bit forward. And with an exhale, feeling it to the opposite. Do one more breath like that. Deep breath in through the nose, throat, the lungs. And exhale out through the lungs, the throat, the nose. Keep that breath going, and we'll go through 3 half sun salutations. Let's do it like this. So bring your hands to touch. Look at your hands. Keep looking at them and follow them up with your eyes. Breathing in. Same sort of breath. Then keep looking to your thumbs. Bring them a little bit closer to your face. And from here, just start to roll down from the top of the spine to the bottom. Place your hands down. From here, roll up from the top of the spine again to the bottom. And exhale, roll down from the top to the bottom. Good. Inhale, roll up. Reach up. Arms down by your sides, breathing out. Let's do that 3 more times. Reach all the way up, breathing in. Holding, looking to the hands, rolling down. Inhale, roll up halfway. Keeping the arms and the legs long. And exhale, rolling down. Root down through the feet and roll up to stand. Reach up, looking up to your hands. And arms down by your sides, breathing out. 2 more. Reach all the way up. Breathing in. And rolling down. Holding, breathing out. Inhale, roll the spine up. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, root down and reach up. Arms down by your sides, breathing out. Do it again. Reaching up, breathing in, rolling down, breathing out. Roll up halfway, breathe in. Then roll down all the way, breathing out. Roll up to stand, breathing in. Arms down by your sides, breathing out. 1 more, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, arms down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. And from here, we'll go into two sun salutations, okay? Reach all the way up, breathing in, fold forwards, breathing out, same as before. Lift your head, breathing in. Here, you can tent your fingers, come up onto the tips of your toes, step your right foot back, step your left leg back to a plank if it's too much on the knees, right? Lower down, bend the elbows back. You can go halfway down or even all the way. Press the tops of your feet down. Lift your kneecaps up and then bury your tailbone down and under. Ground the hands and lift your head. You lift your chest, your stomach, maybe even your hips. Good. And from here, either go into a cat-cow position, rolling. As you exhale, down. And as you inhale, you can roll out. You can do it like this for about 5 breaths. Or if you want to, lift up into downward facing. You can even go through those actions of cat-cat, like lifting your head and your tail. And exhale, dropping the head, dropping it. So for like 2 more nice breaths wherever you are. Last one. Good. Bend your knees. Look forwards, lift the middle of your chest. Walk to the top of the mat, one foot, and then the other. Place your hands on the ground if it's easy, otherwise on the legs. Inhale, extending the spine, arms and legs. Exhaling, rolling down, flexing, rooting down, rising all the way up. The arms down by your sides, breathing up. Do one more, reaching up. And folding forwards. Lift up halfway. Walk back to the end of the mat. You can go 1 foot at a time or 2. Use your knees if you need, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Lift your head. You can go up a little bit, or maybe a little more, go to your end range of motion. Exhale, cat cow, rounding the back, getting a stretch through it. Then lifting the front, getting a stretch through the front, otherwise downward facing. And you can go through the same motions here, just in a sort of a bigger range. Breathing for a few more breaths. Last one, all the way in, all the way out. Look forwards, bend your knees, look forwards, walk your feet forwards one at a time. Lift your head away from you and fold. Look down and reach up. Table, but yeah, come up. I think it's better now. Okay. So from here, let's stand again at the top of the mat with hip width apart. With your first 2 fingers and thumbs, reach for your big toes, okay? So if your knees start to bend in when you get them, you can take your legs a little bit wider apart if you need. Hold on to the big toes. Remember, you can bend the knees, but make sure the kneecaps are facing straight. And lift your head, chest and stomach. And exhale. Can you fold for about 5 here? If it's too much to look towards the feet, knees, or the hips, you can look towards the front of your mat instead. You might feel a little bit better on your back if you're feeling quite tight. You can even bend the knees. Breathe here for about 5 more. Same sort of breathing as we've been doing. 4. Breathing into the nose, throat, the lungs, keeping the face relaxed, throat soft, breathing all the way out. 3, 2, 1. Good. Ground your feet. Bend the knees a little bit. Lift your head, lift your chest. Hold your waist. Breathe out. Roll up to stand. Breathing in. And exhale. Okay. We'll do a few more standing postures. From here, you'll step your right foot back for triangle. The right foot goes back, and we'll just reach the arms over the legs. You can have your legs about a leg length apart or even shorter. Your heels can be in line or about hip width. Look at one of your hands, or both of them, make sure that they're kind of in line. Look at your left hand, and bring it down as you reach your right arm out. And look at one of your hands for balance. Imagine breathing up the spine and down. You got it. For about 5, 4. Can you make that left arm nice and long? 3, 2, and 1. Look down to your left foot and stand up. Inhale. Good. Let's do the other side. Turn your left foot in, and your right foot out. Same thing. Triangle pose. Breathe in. Place your right hand down, and then your left arm up. And look at one of your hands. The right foot's pointing straight, and the left leg is at about like a 45-degree angle. 4. Breathing up the spine and down. 3. Probably feel a nice stretch in the back of the right leg. 2, 1. Look at the right foot and stand up. Breathe in. And turn your right foot in and turn your left foot forward so that you're facing forwards to the front of your mat now. And when you look down, your heels, they can be in line. The right foot's at a 45-degree angle if you can. Otherwise, even hip width apart's fine. From here, reach your right arm up. You might even reach your left arm apart. Look at your right hand and imagine your feet grounding, lifting up into your legs, your spine. Breathing in. Place your right hand down on your left leg or foot. Breathing out. For revolved or triangle or twisted triangle, can you reach your left arm up? And keep turning here little by little through the thoracic spine and the cervical, if you can. So for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, stand up, arms open. Other side, reach your left arm up. Turn all the way around, face the back. Look at your left hand, breathe in. Place your left hand down on your right leg or foot. Breathe out. The higher up the hand, the easier it will be. Reach your right arm up. Breathe for about 5, And see if you can gaze at one of your hands for balance, or 3, and keep your spine in a nice long line, and at its longest, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. Just step forwards back to the top of your mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. We'll do a few more standing. Step the right foot back. Turn to the right side of your mat. Hands on your waist. Breathe in. And place your hands on the ground. Breathe out. Lift your head away from you. Breathe in. And fold. If it's too much for you to place the hands on the ground, you can try bending your knees a lot and then placing them down. And slowly, slowly pressing the hands and feet down. You can lift your hips up little by little. As you press the hands down. And lengthen the top of the head away from the hips. Push your hips away from your hands and your shoulders. 3. Keep watching your breath. 2. Keep going from the heels, spreading the knuckles, rooting the toes, not too hard or soft. You feel lift into your legs. 1. Press your hands and feet down, lift your head away from you. Hold your waist and breathe out. Stand all the way up and breathe in. Good. Step forward and stand at the top of your mat. For today, or tonight, let's lay down. We're going to do a few more sort of dynamic postures before we kind of wind down. We're going to a dynamic bridge pose. So you can start by laying on your back with your legs, feet about hip width apart and your arms bent, or even just facing down beside you like this. You want to root down through your feet, sacrum, shoulder blades, middle back of the head. You can look towards the knees a bit. Now take a deep breath in, feeling the front and the back. Fill with breath. Remember the belly button pushing a little bit out to make room for the diaphragm to fall. And then breathing all the way out. Watching everything kind of contracting. But don't pull it too tight. Try not to keep it too loose. Stay like this for as long as you want, or with an inhale, you're going to root down and lift your hips, lift your arms up, and maybe back behind you. And exhale, you're going to come down. I'm going to do that 5 times, okay? Inhale, lift your hips up. Back. Hips back up. Back. Back down. 2 more. Reach. Inhale. Like down. Arms up. Like down. It stopped, but it's back again. Okay. Once you're done, I'm going to get you to roll over onto your side. Just like this. And I think the easiest way to maybe do this is to keep your left shoulder over your elbow, elbow over the hand. And you can be leaning on like the left side of your hips, even with your knees bent. This might be the easiest even. Yeah, just coming into like a side lying position. If you want to try, you can bring your right foot over and reach the left leg on like this. And you can have the right foot rooting and the left foot reaching. From here, if you feel the left side falling, see if you can root down and lift it up so it reaches up through the right. From here, can you reach your right arm up? And then look up to your right hand or down to your left hand. As you breathe up and down the spine in this one, thinking about making space in between the hips and the ribs. For 5. If you need a challenge and you want to try, if the shoulders feel like they can go, you can root down and lift your hips up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get them down. From here, just switch sides, roll over onto the right. If this one is maybe a little bit painful on the neck, stay down, okay? Yeah. And here again, bend your knees, set your right arm up. Otherwise, you can take your right leg back, left foot in front. Remember, root down through the right side a bit, so you can lift up through the right, lift up through the left. Keep the sternum reaching forwards, the left arm up. Hands here. Maybe even lifting your hip up. And 1. Good. Come down. From here, lay on your stomach. Rest your forehead on your hands. Take a few nice deep breaths. Keeping your face nice and relaxed. Keeping your eyes on your nose, even if they're closed. You can release any pressure that you feel around your face or your ears. Still breathing, keeping the quality of the breath. You can stay like this for the next little bit if it feels enough for your back. If it feels like enough of a stretch for your back. Otherwise, if your back is super sore and you want to try, you can have your legs a bit wider, it might help. Otherwise, legs can be closer together. Make sure the knees are pointing forwards so that the legs are a bit straight. Stay or breathe in. Feeling the belly button push towards the ground. Try not to push too hard. Just kind of watch it. And exhale. Root down through the tops of the feet. Lift your kneecaps. Bury your tailbone down under. Root your forearms and come up onto your elbows for the Sphinx pose. You have your hands about shoulder width apart, same with your right arms. Here, and we're feeling a nice stretch in the front. Just slowly open up the back. And watch your breathing here, moving into the front, back, belly button falling towards the ground. Space in the back. And exhale, breathing all the way out. Root down a little bit. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Look towards your nose. Make the face nice and soft as you breathe. If you start to feel less and you want to go a bit more, you can bend your knees. Feel it out. See if you can still breathe fully and completely. And from the hands, the heels of them, the knuckles to the fingertips. The elbows down, so you feel all the way up to your shoulders. Bring your awareness to the collarbones. See if you can keep them nice and wide and bright. And then in line with like the spine of the scapula, in line with your shoulder blades a bit, the tops of them, and at the tops around there. If you would like to try a little bit more, keep kind of burying the tailbone down and under as you lengthen your feet up. If they're bent, press your hands down, you can lift your elbows up. A few more nice breaths. And slowly come back down. Place your hands on top of each other. You can rest your forehead or the left side or right side on your hands, wherever is comfortable. You can even rest your chin there if it feels okay. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. And a deep breath all the way out. Another one. Breathing in. And you're breathing into your back. And feeling the belly button touch the ground. And breathing all the way out, feeling the belly button move back in. From here, stay for a little longer or lift your head up a bit. And take your left leg out to the side. That's in like a half frog shape. Your left leg's at like a 90-degree angle as best as you can. And keep your right leg behind you. And keep your head same. You might look or the other. We're just gonna hang out here for about 10 breaths. Okay? Not too long, not too short. And still practicing and observing the breath moving in and out of your nose. And at the same time, noticing your posture. If you can relax any tension around the shoulders, the face, the neck. Take a few more nice breaths here. Breathing in for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then breathing out for the same. This posture can feel nice on the back, maybe the hips, even the shoulders and neck. If it doesn't feel good for the neck, you can always try placing your head on a block or a pillow or something. And you're ready, bring your left leg back in. Take a full breath in and out. Just notice that side and the other side. Just observing. So watching your breath, paying attention to the body. Let's do the other side. Just take your right leg out to the side. And if this is too much on your right knee or the inside of it, you can try putting a towel down on the inside of your leg, or just keep laying on your stomach. And see here if you can kind of balance yourself out as best as you can, but try not to force yourself into it. And if you looked one way, you might look the other way. Make sure that the jaw feels comfortable if your head is still on your hands. If the head starts getting really uncomfortable, you can always just lift it up a bit. Maybe come up into like a sphinx sort of shape. And then come back down when you feel that the head feels a little more rested. Just taking a few more breaths here, okay? Last one. Good. Slowly bring your right leg back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay. Here, take your left arm up to the side. Move over a bit so you can see a bit better. Yeah, take the left arm out. And it will be on the ground. Okay. And you can stay like this. If the head doesn't want to go on the ground and it feels uncomfortable, you can always place something under it. Otherwise, you might start just kind of turning little by little onto your left side. And you can have your knees bent like we did before, maybe one or two. You have the right foot in front, maybe. See again if you can have your spine at its longest here. If the head doesn't want to go down, you can always put something underneath it. I'll just hang out here for a few nice breaths, okay? You can keep your right hand in front. Watching a nice long line from the fingertips up the hand to the wrist. From the wrist up the two bones of the lower arm. Noticing the connection to the elbows, the upper arm. Make sure that all around your shoulder, all four corners feel nice and supported. Want the connection from the shoulder up the clavicle and to the back of the body, the scapula. Good. On your next inhale, just slowly roll back down onto your stomach. Then rest your forehead back on your hands. Take a breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath all the way in. Breath all the way out. And then we'll switch sides. Take your right arm up to the side. Watch out for bottles. Then you can just rest with your right arm up to the side. Make sure it's at around shoulder height. the placing underneath the head, or even your hand. Maybe keep it hovering for a bit since you're not holding for too long. If you need to shift your posture, do it. You can have your left hand underneath your, in line with the shoulder. Again, thinking about the spine with your right hand, your arm, both sides, same as your neck. There's no pain. Almost there. If the arm goes numb and tingly too, come up, okay? Take a few more nice breaths. And breathing. Rest on your foot. 1 minute. When you're ready, lift your head. Reach your right arm forwards and roll onto your back. Once you're on your back, just with your knees bent. From here, hug your knees in towards you. Hold on to the tops of your legs or the backs. Just rock around a little bit or stay still. Taking a little forward bend here. If you'd like to, you can shake out your arms a bit. A little shake. From here, you can stay up this or take your knees out to the side a bit. We'll go into happy baby. So this can be your happy baby, or you might lift your feet up in the air, knees out to the sides. Just make sure that you're not wearing super tight pants so that you rip them. Make sure that they're the flexible kind. You might rock around from side to side. Actually, any kind is fine. You might even straighten one leg or the other. And as you're ready, let's plug the knees in. We'll set up for Shavasana today. If you need to, you can lift your head up one more time and then come down. Place your feet on the mat. You can rest with your knees bent. If you're wearing glasses, feel free to take them off. Give your face a rest. If you need, you can always put on some warmer clothes and maybe turn off the lights. Whenever you're ready, just settling onto your mat. Giving your eyes a close here. Watching your breath moving here. Just let the breath become nice and free. Keep the face soft. You can relax into the body. Imagine it softening And let's just rest for about 5 minutes, okay? Let's hang out for a bit. Please begin to deepen your breath. With tiny movements, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Yeah, you can stretch your arms up and back. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Good. Slowly come up to sit. And to end practice, let's bring the palms together. Thank you so much for your practice. Hope you have a nice evening. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Namaste.